Okay, so obviously Tower God's back. Came out yesterday, technically, I guess, 17th,
Ugh.
right?
Uh-huh.
I have not read. I know the raws are out. I know there's fans translations. Please don't say anything about it yet. I can't. I'm not allowed. Line has me by the balls. Okay. I literally have the email telling me what I can and can't do, and one of the things is you can't do. You have to read it from line webtoons and this and that, and you have to have the chapter or the thing in your title, or the title in your description. So like, I'm just following the rules because they was going crazy at one point, just getting everybody out the paint, and I worked too damn hard. So
That man signed a 360 deal. They got him pinned.
A little something like eeny, meeny, right from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back when it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea, pass me the henny. Watch a nigga black slip react, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie, perfume is Fendi. Bobbin' move fast, real fast like I'm Ricky. That's 'cause I'm pretty, came from the dirt. Showing up a nigga can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all, swing with it first. Young white girl like a rapper.
But okay. I did a video recent was it Monday? What's today? I guess approaching Wednesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Approaching Wednesday in 6 minutes for me. And I basically said is Baam holding Tower of God back. And essentially what I said, like TLDR in the video, what I said was I felt that obviously he's the main character, he's the focal point. So he should get a no less than 51% of the focus. That's fine. I'm not mad that he gets attention. I just feel like there came a point where there was this over obsessant, just constant focus on him, and I feel like the cast has so many interesting characters, even characters who just get introduced that are new, that have a major level of intrigue solely based off their title. Like, oh, this is the guy who used to like lead New Genesis or whatever the hell, or from Age of Genesis, who used to lead Hidden Grove from the Age of Genesis, like stuff like that. And I just feel like no one gets to do anything cool for the most part, because all we constantly do is just watch Baam do a bunch of fucking nonsense all the time. And I'm like, I want to see a knack. Like, I even said in the video, where Wagner at? I don't give a fuck about Wagner at all. But shit, at this point, I'll take something else. I'm actually tired of seeing Baam just doing shit. So I kind of like made like a community thing. I actually thought the comments were really good, so I wanted to go through them. Before that, what are you guys' general thoughts on that?
Want to go first?
Wait, I can't really contribute because I don't actually read Tower of God like that. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah. I mean, you're good. I read up to like Name Hunt Station, and then that's when I stopped.
That's further than when I. That's not that far. But yeah, like, what do you guys feel about Baam as the MC, and then what do you think that he's holding Tower God back? Yes or
no? I like Baam, but I feel like, especially in season 3, that he's kind of holding Tower of God back, because I feel like it was too soon or too early that we like focused on him and Dang Dang or whatever dumb dog it was in the beginning. I felt like it would have been good if we followed everyone else, especially with reviving Kun more. Like, even if it took months, like all of 2019 to do it, or focus on different characters. Like, wasn't it Knock like in the first chapter of returning to season 3?
Yes.
Like, if we would have just focused on them, or like Ran, even Wagner on like a different perspective, considering we didn't even know where Baam was at the start, it would have been more interesting. But I guess it got better now, especially with the war, the nest. But that the cage was kind of hit or miss for me.
Awful, putrid.
But I did enjoy Yama though.
Yes, he was the saving grace. that man is the Jinbei of his species. He that raw. He carried the whole species on his back.
Hey, don't disrespect Paul now. Paul kind of clean.
Who?
Paul.
His name is Paul though. Brother named Yama and Doom, and your name is Paul. I can't take him serious. No, I'm joking. I actually don't hate any of the Baylor brothers like that. I'm just fucking around. But go ahead, Pat.
Uh, for me, it's not. I mean, I don't really have a problem with Bam himself
That's fine.
because he's like a blank canvas that keeps getting filled up as the story goes on. But it's more so the problem of how the characters around him dictate their entire motivations and their fucking thought process around Bam.
Hmm.
Like, Coon obsesses over Bam, and it's starting to get annoying. Everything he does, he has Bam in mind. Like, bro, you can do something for yourself. And Josie be doing the same shit too. Every time she pop up, the first thing out her mouth is Bam. Or when she talking to Rachel, she's talking to Rachel about Bam. Like, damn, he interesting, but he not that interesting. Same thing with fucking Karaka on the same gimmick too. He fucking everything he do now, he always comparing himself to Bam or starting thinking about him. I'm like, damn,
Please don't
bro.
remind me they
I
killed
know
my
he's
son.
an irregular, but shit.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think that point is well taken. I really wish I had thought about that because I mean I've said it before. Like me and Simi literally have a video where we're talking about the fact that Huara Yu might be the only person in the cast that fucking constantly baby him. I'm like, you're the best guy ever. He's like, bitch ass nigga, you acting like Rachel with this fucking shit with on the, for the Hell Train, right? And we appreciate her for that. But I'm gonna read the comments again. I was really like during the last station, we were see, like Mitch put a tweet today about like the Tower of God community kind of like seeming to be a little more chill on certain stuff, like being more open to criticism, which is nice because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a new age thing. I don't know if some of these people are just a lot younger and don't understand. Maybe they're just not used to this. But it's like because I talk critically about Tower of God often doesn't mean I'm mad or I hate it. I just there's a certain level of expectation that I want it to meet because I know how good it is and can be. So when I don't see him living up to that standard, I'm a little frustrated. So I'm like, bro, you're in your bag in season 2 and whatnot. And then ever since since the last station, I've just started to see more and more cracks, more and more fissures. You completely lost your mind during the cage arc. I know what's going on there. Lost mind completely. Then around like maybe chapter like 50 or whatever it was, for the 3rd season, when he cut the bullshit with Bam being ranker level and stuff, I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Then he brought back the Goat Mule Love, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad, can't be too mad, but yeah, like I don't. People misconstrue. Like, I'm not having a bad time. I'm just like, yo, the quality has noticeably dipped in my opinion. But Simi, go ahead, and then then I'll set the comments. Go ahead. Is he here? Oh shit.
Oh man, that little ugly ass nigga named Bam. Yeah, I don't like he. Not at all, boy.
I don't like he.
Oh,
I don't
I
like
don't
he at
like
all.
that.
Like, I used to like him a lot. A lot, a lot. Now, I can't stand that nigga. But that's besides the point. Do I believe that Bam is holding the series back from greatness? Absolutely. You can bet your sweet baby he does. The story can't do nothing. I mean nothing without showing this fucking goober at least 7 times within the chapter. If we cut away to somebody else, they have to either be it has to be filling one of two requirements. They have to either be within the vicinity, so Bam is in the area, or they only show him for like 2 panels, maybe 3 max. And that's it. The shit whack. When you have a tower that's filled with characters upon characters upon characters, not only just by lore standards, but by the actual things that we've seen on the paper, that's fucking horrible. We don't see none of them. None of them at all. And all he's doing is just, instead of having the characters that we've met prior follow Bam or whatever the fuck, he instead just keeps introducing more new characters as Bam moves along. I don't know if he feels like because he can't move them or that he doesn't know how to, or he just is too lazy to keep up with numerous moving story points, but it feels um unorganic entirely. The tower does not feel alive anymore. Everybody feels like fucking set pieces.
I
Things
agree.
only
I agree.
happen
I agree with that.
when freaking Bam is involved, if he's in the area, which is fucking horrible. It doesn't feel like a world anymore. It just feels like fucking cardboard. And that's not how you make things feel natural or alive. Again, it's not rocket science, man. The main character does not mean that the entire fucking world revolves around them. All the main character means is that the story is told through their point of view. So we always have this conversation about main characters. Main characters don't have to do not a goddamn thing. All they're fucking doing is telling the story through their point of view. That's it. They don't have to win. They don't have to always be present. They don't have to always get the final fight. They don't have to be in every single arc, so on and so forth. Right? So the fact that we don't see nothing at all, period, unless Bam is directly in the vicinity or on his way, it's fucking whack. And I feel like that was not the case at all once upon a time. So yeah, he's holding that shit back.
I will say that there was a lot of comments that definitely said it wasn't always like this, and I'm like, that's true. This became something that happened as the series went along, and um, I don't know. It's just I know. Was it Nova X Ranger? He made a good comment, or he said they, but like made a good comment speaking about like the contrast that he had with Kubera. They had with Kubera in the sense that because Kubera is so good at focusing on many characters, and stepping away from Lee's like the main character, that if we're focusing on anyone that they're not interested in, it's hard on a weekly read to constantly keep going there. I'm like, okay, I can see that. Like, there's definitely pros and cons, but at the end of the day, the one thing you can't knock is that Kurigam is really good at handling a large cast that's continually ever expanding. So it's kind of like me seeing her handle it so well. It frustrated me because I'm like, Tower of God could do this. Like, he could do this. It could be better. But I understand that wow. Bam is a child of destiny type, destiny and fate and all that. I get that. I understand, okay? But still, like Simi said, it doesn't mean he must do any and everything. And like Pat said, why is everyone's goals and ideologies and everything just totally aligned and tied with everything this guy wants to do? That's not normal. So, and does it feel like again? It's not seamless. It kind of feels a little forced. So, look at some of these comments because I thought they were pretty good. What the fuck do I do? What did I just do? Okay, window capture. Hey, what's up, Milios? My guy. What do you do? Yeah, you might see your comment just now. Hold on. I'm pretty sure you commented on this video. But okay. Let's see what they got to say. This guy was talking about the new chapter. I think this was the thing that East warned me about. Dave said spicy topic. So me clapped it. Well, I say okay. Even though
Naruto, raw chapter.
Yeah. Even though Naruto was called Naruto, we got to focus on others later, like Sasuke, Kakashi. I like Bam, but it needs to give some of his screen time to the regulars. I actually answered this one, I remember, because the point well taken, but I definitely don't think Kishimoto was good at handling his cast. I feel like everybody fell to the wayside in service of the progression of Sasuke and Naruto. Sure, the Kakashi got a little moment with Obito, whatever the fuck, but I don't think that's a good example as like a better version. But the point's still taken. Do you want to chime in on that?
The point is not taken.
You're right, because it's a bad example, but like I meant the last part. Like I like Bam, but he needs to have more screen time. That's what I meant.
Well, I don't like Bam, and everybody else needs more screen time.
Okay.
Because it's like, of course, all right, and I'm not even trying to hold you up, but it's like, of course, there will be some restrictions on characters and whatnot, right? So like if they stuck somewhere, they're literally stuck, so that they're literally busy doing something, right? And all that other fun, like Yuri, for example, she's literally in prison, so you can't move her. That makes perfect sense, right? But things like Ran has the last time we saw Ran, this nigga was in the bed with his hair covering one eye. He looking up at the ceiling. Name Hunt Station. Why have we not seen him again? He's not doing anything. It's been years, literal years within the story's time. He's still laying in that bed. He literally just drew a knack for the sake of drawing a knack. All she did was smack a nigga with her tail.
All he did was give me hope.
False hope.
Oh, damn.
So for characters like that, there's no reason to have them not doing shit, right? If they I'm gonna give an example. The current having Wagner off screen currently makes sense because why? He literally went back to further floors to go back to Team Sweet and Sour and wake up fucking what's his name, right?
Yeah.
We don't not only do we not necessarily need to see that, but because that's off screen, that leaves an opportunity to give us some super duper wild Russo swerves. Like, for example, the next time we see Wagner, he got blood on the fucking Soul Edge and all the Team Sweet and Sour is dead, right? Or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Off screen? I'm joking. I'm not gonna go there.
Right? So I would say that is a good off screen. That's a good. Okay, we don't necessarily need to see Wagner go back down to floor like 20, whatever the fuck, and talk to Team Sweet and Sour.
Yeah.
And that, again, as I said, that leaves opportunity to give us something crazy next time we do see Heat. But shit like fucking Shibisu and Hats and fucking Anak and Ran, all them niggas just doing nothing. Uber Chan, all them doing nothing, and they wasn't doing anything prior. Again, using the Wagner example, Wagner did jack fuck in the fucking Sword Art floor, the Sword Art arc.
Mm-hmm.
Why? He ain't do nothing. He literally teleported there just to disappear the entire arc, and in the final arc, he get the fucking Soul Edge. What was the purpose? But hey, man, let's continue.
All right. David said, I think he needs like a nice 15 chapters away from Baam. It's too much and it's boring to see him ass pull his way to victory. I hear you. We need to go back to Chris back here. We need to go back to my boy Wagner and then Yuri, and then we can finally see. Can we finally see Loose Leg? Listen, you're not seeing that guy. I think the focus on Baam is a big issue, and it is annoying, but I don't think Baam is holding the series back. SIU just needs to tap into his peak Season 2 form. What did I say? So that's fair. I hear you. I did say like the next level. Wagner's character died with Ark and Prince. Hey, Karaka died too, so I feel that. Wait, what did they say? Like the name station, that was great. Baam, good moments. The team were shown doing fun stuff. Even Shia got to shine. Did she?
Did she?
What did she do? I don't remember. So it wasn't memorable. I'll say that. Exactly. LOL. Why literally every arc? Wait. That's why literally every arc until literally the latter half of the last station I still consider TOG sticking to its roots. After that though, we've truly gone the chosen MC territory completely. Okay, I can live. That's fair. That's fair. Miss that Wagner greatness. I mean, I'm not a Wagner fan, but I ain't gonna get it from Baam. Yes, more Wagner. Well said. I know the community loves Wagner. I'm not high on him like that. I think it's a catch-22. You can't go multiple arcs without Baam back to back. Like if we get an arc on Yuri, we probably have to go back to Baam, so we miss on the other regulars or Team Sweet and Sour. But if we go back to Baam, that's more time, not on the other characters. So either way, we're kind of. I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
I think what he's saying is, if we focus on another character, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to go back to Baam. If we go back to Baam, then that leaves less time for us to keep going around for other characters because the formula is going to get boring switching from Bam to another character, back to Bam to another character.
Even then, the caveat is we have to have the entire cast constantly following behind Bam. It can't feel organic that they can't do their own things, otherwise you'll never see them again.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one. Young Denzel Vince Smoke. I need more Kun Ran. Oh boy. my fucking read on poppin' lil nigga. I don't know where he's at. Anak, Wagnang, Yuri story time, bro. Bam is taking up so much screen time I completely forgot about Novik. Haven't seen something else featured. I think I said you would never see him again. Did I say that? What did I say? Yeah, I said Novik. You'll never see him again. What? Oh man, I'll never say never because I never thought Mulov would come back. But shit, he's not gonna do nothing. I'll tell you that much. Season 2, Part 1 did that a lot, and it's some of the best writing in the season. Oh, I don't think I have the chat up on. I do. It's on my Discord. Okay. What did I do last? I agree that Bam could hold it back in the future, but I haven't seen that issue with Bam until season 3 and the end of the Hidden Train arc. So yeah, last station basically what you're saying. So you agree with me? You dig? You dig? You agree with me? Oh, I like Piper. Piper goes to all my videos like slowly but surely for the Tower of God stuff, and I like people who like find the channel and like go through the playlist. I always feel like I'm doing something right when they do that. To be honest, yeah, one of my problems with Bam is the amount of power he has. To me, just doesn't feel earned, especially with him being the kid from the prophecy, like his this is C rank, and he's already matching right. He can match rankers, but the gap of power between him and the regulars, this feels unfair to me, to be honest. Though I do quite like his personality. Okay, I mean that's fair. Excuse me. I am a fan on the idea of him being put in a coma and then focusing on the other regulars climbing. Sorry, I just swallowed my saliva within my trachea. 1 second. Oh my god. Ah! Okay, I'm good. Where was I? Something climbing. I don't know. Personality, coma, regular climb. I mean, I'm still very interested in the lore and the plot, but I did in fact enjoy the regulars taking the test to move up more than what's happening now. Unfortunately, as Bam's too powerful now that he breathes to most, if not all, the tests against the other regulars. I understand why the tests aren't big factors in the story anymore, though I'd like them to be again, especially by basically separating Bam from his regular friends. Which my idea was to have him be put in a coma that lasts years and halts his so it's progress. Giving time for us to see the test past the next floor, so focus again. Some of the regular friends grow strong enough to actually be helpful to Batman battle, fighting wise, as it'd be annoying to me if the two intelligent regulars, Shibisu and Kun, are only ever used for their brains in Bam's fight. 1 second, hold on. Can't Bam just get stuck in the nest for 20 years so the other characters can climb for at least 2 floors? So, what's your guys' idea on people? Like, I've seen, like, we should, like, have somebody, like, slap the fucking progress out of Bam and he loses weaponry and shit and he gets weaker because as a result. I feel like the coma thing, it's too similar to what just happened to Utero because he was just literally put on ice. But I don't hate the idea of getting. I don't know if you throw him in another dimension where time moves differently or something, and maybe he was gone for a little bit, but time moved way more. In the regular floor, I don't know if you like the idea of him getting sealed or something. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
So, I like all of that. I like depowering him. I like freaking sealing him. I like fucking throwing him elsewhere and whatnot, right? But I just realized I'm so stupid because that's exactly what the fuck they did in season 1. I just now realized we didn't even have to get rid of the fucking test system. Why didn't we have to get rid of the test system? Because just because Bam is he's in an irregular and he greatly eclipses the rest of the fucking regulars, right? Mm-hmm. That don't mean anything because the administrator's tests are still there.
Yeah.
That's what the 10 great bums did, right?
Yep.
Exactly. And we literally saw that gimmick. We saw it used at the end of season 1. I'm so mad this is just hitting me like a truck. So no, we did not have to get rid of the test at all. So now I'm even more pissed. That should nah, even then, if we instead of taking regular tests, he could either do two things: have the regulars take the normal fucking test, and then Bam either solo take the administrator's test, or have everybody in the group take the administrator's test, similar to how the end of season 1 was. Now I'm even really more pissed because all this fucking war shit and all that other fucking bullshit that's happening way too goddamn soon shouldn't even doesn't even necessarily have to be happening. Oh my! Just because this nigga's more powerful. Damn it! Can't have shit in this house.
Pat.
That's kind of sounds like in line with what Vince was saying, that what made Tower of God special was the fact that you had these intricate tests that wasn't necessarily all about, power, speed, strength, da da da. It was more your mental acuity, teamwork, positions that you had within the team mattering, and we don't get that anymore. We just don't get that anymore. Like, being a fisherman means nothing. Everybody a fucking fisherman now. Being a wave controller don't mean shit. Everybody's shooting beams. So yeah, just straying away from what made it special, and then now everybody's having this all-out war, which kind of feels, I don't want to say lackluster, but like a little meaningless, because we know this isn't the final war. So it's like grandstanding opposition between two fronts where they're gonna have minimal casualties, and then after that they're gonna recoup their losses. So
Just do it again down the line.
Yeah.
And like I think the freaking instead of taking regular tests and now we're exclusively taking administrative tests is way more interesting because now Bam would have to micromanage, right? He'd have to, since he quote unquote cares about his friends, right? He would have to literally always keep them in his focus, keep them in it as his priority because they are not equipped or powerful enough to directly handle or take care of administrators or what an administrator would give in a regular as a test. So not only does he have to take those tests, but he has to keep his friends alive as well. So
that
even
nigga care about his friends?
He most definitely do not give a fuck about his friends. That's why I said quote
I'm about to
unquote.
say that nigga got Prince's number. When's the last time he called him up?
That's why I say that's why I use quote unquote because he don't. But for the sake of
I agree with that, and I think he's a terrible leader, by the way.
he absolutely is. But for the sake of saving time, right? We're not going to touch that. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he cares about his friends. That's what the narrative's supposed to be pushing down our throats. So let's just take it for a second, right? So then he would have to micromanage on top of that. I think that would be really cool. So even if, which he really fucking wouldn't. So not only is he not as powerful as the administrators, even though he's getting ridiculously powerful at a ridiculously fast speed, but then on top of that, he has to worry about his friends. So I think that would save two birds with one stone. We have stakes with both Bam and the rest of the cast. But nope, instead we here doing this shit with some fucking silly ass fucking skirmish, and you got dweebs out here talking about some, I don't care why y'all like the season 1 character so much, they should all die, and all other type of shit, they useless, they should never be in the story again, and whatever. But hey man, what do I know? I'm not reading. Let us continue.
Alright, I did want to say this real quick, because damn it. Because when it comes to what Vince said about the tests in the games, I do think that we've a little bit strayed away from what Lororo originally said about, like, when someone was like, this is absurd, about, like, what was going on in the tower, and it's like, do you know what the most important thing it is to kind of go up the tower? He said it's luck. The luck to have a strong body, to be smart, to be rich, escaping death, blah, 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 this and that, and the third. And as far as I'm concerned, you need strength, nigga. So that's what it looked like to me. So, anyways, I don't know what the D-power thing, I don't know how I feel about that, because at this point, because that to me feel like almost like an admittance of, like, I goof with the power scaling. I don't know, but it is what it is. This is why the beginning of season 2 is my favorite part of the series, says Philip Waddle. I love to read about how the team made their way up the floors, the whole thing with the Zagania flower, the design of the world building, and Eva's fighting out the family has a darker side, yes, and that's when Haru Yuma was telling her, hey, yo, become like the head of your family, become a leader. Oh, I didn't read the comics for a second, my bad. To me, I don't really like the idea of Bam getting sealed. To me, Bam needs to be separated from the test. Basically, my idea is that Bam cannot take a regular test because Jihad guy's getting in his way, so he has to take a missioner's test. But he isn't strong enough to take them alone, so he needs to help, and others have to be improved. This way, Bam can still make progress while he focuses on other characters. But then he grows at the fastest rate. So if he continues to get strong, even if they're getting stronger, the gap's not going to close. People don't like season 1 of Yugi the Rock. Exactly. And choke on it. Season 1 is amazing. 100%. Following CTV Tower, what I enjoyed because of the part, it was the world coming alive. Alright, I feel that. Becky Phillips. I definitely think they need to pull a One Piece, like how Luffy left for a number of chapters. They should do that with Bam, even though he's my second favorite character. We need more focus on other characters like Team Sweet and Sour, even though I don't like the Team Sweet and Sour at all, neither do I. So, I know though that dude, but it's just me. But that's just me. Also in Dorsey, Yuri, and Nak, Shibisu, Team Ran, we haven't seen them since the Name Hunt Station was a long time ago, and then Bam can come back after the trading with Hansung, especially in Dorsey since she's my favorite character. I would much rather she her than Bam for a while. Now I do think he's holding the story back. Yeah, we do need backstory for Shibisu and his reason for climbing. All we know is that he is climbing for a friend. And I'll be honest, seeing in Dorsey, this is a run-on sentence if I ever seen one. And then Nak at the start of season 3, doing interrogation on Travel. Okay, I remember that. Traveler. Got me more hyped than seeing Bam go up to beat Yama. TOG will always be my favorite all-time series. Nothing ever going to change that. So to end my statement, I think we need to shift this focus off Bam onto other characters like you said. All right. Well taken. What did I say? Absolutely well said. Thank you, sir. Let's feel passionately connected to something. In this case, TOG, it comes out. I know SIU has already started stating that Blackpool's Yuri will be the main protagonist of the upcoming arc, so there's hope. Like you said, the video happens, and only if Webtoon will give us a release date for. Yeah, like what the hell? What's wrong with them? Like when are we getting their official English release? I thought it'd be a week later. You know? No, tu eres rata. My man bringing us with wise words, even though he's not much time for it. Love this channel, entertaining, interesting points, not just interesting viewer comments. You guys are posting interesting comments and whatnot, so I appreciate it. That's good. And Dorsey hype? Yes, sir. No, Mikey. No, we don't need that. Keep the keep bong away. Uber China away. Michael. Okay, in my opinion, the issue isn't necessarily Bam itself, but the sudden acceleration of the antagonist. Before, although Bam was strong, he only had to be as strong as whoever the villain of the arc was, which for the most part had been relatively grounded regular. So like your Reflejo types and whatnot. This always gave room for the other characters to stand, to stand a chance, at least compete in the same ballpark, or at the very least play a role in dealing with the non-main regulars. Workshop and Name Hunt come to mind. However, in the latter half of Season 2, the antagonist suddenly escalated. We went from Kaiser and her band of strong regulars to young Jihad, who completely annihilated Bam at his current level, which forces the plot to make him stronger, whilst the other characters, well, they must, I guess they must not. Now
I'm trying to autocorrect a message. Read it as it is.
They must don't. Now we've got entire armies and top-ranking rankers after Bam, and of course Bam has been rapidly accelerated to complete on and of course Bam is being rapidly accelerated to compete on that playing field, leaving everyone in the dust. Another and probably more fundamental issue is that all the new characters really don't care for anyone but that's what he said. But Bam. Calivan doesn't care for Kun, nor does young Jihad for Rak. They're no longer well-known regular group competing to climb the tower that they once were earlier on. As far as the antagonists are concerned as such, they have little chance to have any real stakes in the conflicts that are sidelined. I honestly wish the story had kept on with similar sort of dynamic when they were climbing before, instead of going for a make the enemy's high ranker level at any glitches speedruns in Name Hunt Station. I actually think the escalation from Elaine to boom, kind of like young Jihad is a good point. It's a good point. Well taken. we definitely went through a very huge power gap, kind of out of nowhere. And I've always felt like he maybe understood that, and which is why I always feel like he created the blue holes, because he basically, like I always say, this gives him an unknown tier of power to constantly draw from if he ever just needs some random hidden enemies, like this guy is from ancient times. Oh, he was the pinnacle of combat. I don't know. So it could work. What do you guys think of the comment, though? I thought it was a good comment.
I thought the joke at the end was pretty fucking funny. Shout out to speedrunning community. But second half about the antagonist literally only giving a shit about fucking Bam and nobody else. And now all the rest of the cast has completely lost their notoriety unless it's literally freaking high powered goons like Yama and fuck. Yeah, so I agree with that part. First part, I actually don't know if I had a problem with the way that the power creep came about, and more so just a complete disregard of organic storytelling and settings with that came with it.
Okay.
Well, that was a good comment.
Yeah, I agree. Pat?
Yeah, I don't. He has a point with the power creep, but for me, it was okay because when they went to the data floor, they actually did have a training arc, and they were learning from the
Quinadon.
whatchamacallit.
Data
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quinadon for the Shinsu quality and shape.
Mm-hmm. So they actually did grow. That was actually one of the few times in season 2 where we actually saw Bam, Rack, and Coon together learning
And Dorsey, too.
what
And
made their
Overton, yeah.
positions
Because
good.
she learned it first, the
And
fastest.
that's one of the biggest spit in the face that we got, because that once again gave us that false hope of, oh well, she's actually really fucking talented, she's really quick learning, all that other shit, she don't even have to train, she already got her Shinsu quality, this, that, and the third, and just for to fucking do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't do
Bam
anything in the data floor, did she?
Nope.
No,
Damn.
she did use her Shinshu quality versus White after the fact when using that really bad Christmas sweater, but Bam went from being able to barely fight a basic Harlequin to be able to fight against 4 out of 5 Harlequins and obtaining souls and inner power. The Ultra was fine, but Bam wasn't super powered, but on the floor of death, it can kind of be seen. And Darcy hype yet again, but it was unfounded, unfortunately. Uber driver hype indeed. Lyft Premium. Childish new database. Yeah, as much as I love Bam hogging the spotlight, I get it. I get he's the MC, but the camera doesn't need to be on him 100% of the time. I believe that T.O.G. Has some solid-ass characters that can carry an entire arc by themselves. I agree with that. Without having to do anything with Bam, I would like to know what Ran and his team had been doing since the name hunt. Is that not going through anything, being a legitimate princess? Shouldn't they be hunting her down because it's illegal to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much going on with her. Like, I just understand she's the only demi princess in the tower that we know of so far. Maybe a side story about Lore and the whole Sleep family. Yes, sir. Young Fonse call. My point is that I know that Bam's MC. I won't forget that if he goes missing for like 20 to 50 chapters. Oh, see, that's a lot. I don't need it to be 50 to 20 chapters. Now, I'll take it. It won't bother me, but I think 20. I think 20 is a lot because you got to think about like how many. Like, ideally, if you worked every year, every week of the year, you're putting out 52 chapters. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a long time in the real world. But point well taken. Do you guys want to comment on that, or we can keep going?
Yeah,
No, keep going.
it's a point well taken. But I just want to say something quick because I've been fucking running my mouth every comment.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, it's perfectly fine to do the Togashi gimmick. We can have an entire arc without fucking bamming it. Now, again, as you said, 50 is a long time because that's literally a fucking calendar year.
Yeah.
But like, 20 chapters, shit, 25, shit, maybe 30. Because then we have to because we have to transition, right? So you gotta transition into the arc, then transition out of the arc. That's what I mean. But yeah, absolutely, he should do that. I agree.
Yep. with the kick. I don't know. Izar. Okay, so if Tower of God didn't have a proper MC, if Tower of God had a proper MC, but instead focused on a group of people, it would instantly be 10 out of 10. But oh well, I agree that Bam kind of holds TOG back, but there isn't much we can do about it. That's a fact. My favorite part of the story was Ogeram's info dump, because as much as it related to Bam, it said so much that was unrelated to him, and it was still so interesting. Hopefully SIU expands on more characters other than Aguero, because he's the only one, barring Bam, that I've seen development for. Nice video. Have a good day, Naya. You have a good day too. My guy JDB. What you say this time? Yeah, once you fall to crowd. Okay, but in the video I did mention that like a lot of his blog posts kind of make it seem that the moment he's not focusing on Bam, people are like really upset about it. And I actually do remember reading Kubera when Lee's wasn't in there. Every comment was like, "Where's Kubera? It's been this many chapters since I've seen been this many chapters." So like I don't know if they get. I don't know what I don't really understand that. Just because for me, for most series, maybe because I'm not really an MC merchant, I've never had problems when we just go away from the main character, whether it's a comic, a game, whatever the case. I have no problem. I actually really tend to like when we deviate from the main character and the main cast. So interesting. Hold on. SIU needs to get back out of here and do a year of Lore. Hey, I'm here for that. I feel like he could do what Oda did and show the rest of the world between arcs. That would be nice too. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I was gonna say that's with all webtoons. Like when I was reading Hardcore Leveling Warrior when season 2 started, every fucking week on the comment section they were like, "Where's Ethan? Where's Ethan?" Same thing when I was reading God of High School. They were like, "Where's Mori Jin?" for like most of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just webtoons. People that read webtoons are obsessed with the main character being at the focal point of everything that happens in the story.
Because I definitely, like, maybe it's an Eastern thing, because I always find it interesting in a lot of those polls, the main character is always, like, top 3. But I remember a lot of comic books that had polls that I read, where sometimes the main character didn't even make the list. Like, people just like the villain and all these other side characters, the anti-hero. So maybe I don't know if it's a cultural thing where it's like, they really, really care about the main character, because I promise you, even a series where the main character is my favorite character, like Crows, like Boya Hadamichi, it wouldn't bother, like, us going away to see what the front of Armin is doing for 10 chapters does not bother me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it depends on the world, etc. One Piece is so interesting. So we wanted Reverie in exchange of Luffy. Yeah, that's true. And then with that also, like, I felt like Luffy was still such a big part of Referee, because he had his little fan club and they kept talking about him low key, so he was there in spirit. Sorry. The crowd pleasing, you give them their story, and that's what really hurts the series' creativity, passion, and depth, because that's what the majority of the fan base is lacking. Bam definitely spoiled as far as protagonist is concerned. I would have liked it if Bam would have tried to sneak into the nest, just him and Hwaryun. That's interesting. Maybe build up some tension. Like, if he's found out, he's dead meat. One thing TOJ has going for it is the side characters. You can have 50 chapters of Wagner taking tests, training, and overcoming. You guys really want a year of these niggas. I have no problem, but not Wagner so much. I'm overcoming obstacles with this team. You can have another 50 chapters of Shibisu's team stomping out the competition, training, and challenging the other princesses. And you can still have another 50 chapters of Yuri and deep lore of the tower, power struggle amongst the top princesses, 10 great families, lore, and intrigue, and then after 150 chapters, you could come back to Bam. Yeah, that's a lot of years of no Bam, so I feel that. I mean, that wouldn't work, but I feel it. Shout out to Lee's never winning a Kupera popularity poll. She really? Not one? That hurts my feelings. She's nice. Mystic Cebu says, Ran is lit. We need more of him and even Piccolo. Is that Paracool? Is that Paracool? And Dorsey, we want more Urek. We want more. We need more.
Urek my Zeno?
Urek my Zeno? Oh, man. Never forget that arc. I can't believe he was getting roasted for no reason. Oh,
he was
shit.
oppressed, man.
Yeah. Rand here says, No lie, I really like that Bam. No, I really like. No lie, I really didn't like Bam by season 2. Those couple of chapters where we didn't see Bam, I turned into a Korean. Oh, okay, because you like him a lot. Okay, I get it. I think the story reiterates Bam being like the catalyst for what's happening in the tower, so the story dictates we focus on Bam. Also to the point, he's an irregular. I think it's an interesting dynamic within the story. We have been semi shown how strong Bam will be, which leads to Bam's rate of growth in the story dictates that Bam will learn and continue to learn vastly faster than those around him. And the story can't be written any other way. Those power ups fall in line with how Bam grows. He didn't get the Red Thruster transformation until Doom tried to turn him into a dog nigga, and that's an innate ability of him. Like all MC, he needs to be special. That's not true. There's tons of stories that make it painfully obvious that the main character is actually not special, and it's the fact that they work hard and go through the trials and tribulations that they do that they're able to overcome the odds. There's tons of stories like that we've read where like the main character does not have exactly. Well, so like I don't agree with that part, but if you're tired of Bam, that's fine. But to me, I really enjoy what I read. I don't really care about anything other than what's next. What's the next week chapter? Of course, I want to see Yuri, but I'm happy with what I've been getting. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is the Avi is different, but I'm pretty sure this was the dude that said I only read Bam panels. I'm pretty sure that this was the same guy. But I can't speak on your like love for Bam. It is what it is, right? Like I can't speak on your personal enjoyment. That is what it is. But I definitely disagree with the idea that because he's an irregular and who he is, I get he's a child destiny, that everything in the tower should be him moving the needle. It's okay if he's reactive. It's okay if things are happening without him. And any irregular is special because it reacts to what the tower needs in some degree. So I don't know. I can't get behind that special point. I don't agree with that. There's series that I read where they actually there's stories I read where the character is actually lesser than the other people. Now you can argue that makes them special in their own right, that they're not like the others. That's a fair point, but they're still inferior. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Lee's Dora the Explorer, the Tower Arc. The closest we got was top 2. Hats, Anak, Princess Arc, Team Shani versus Team Yuri. Look at what RJ's feeling after the hidden floor. That'd be interesting. She's Curry's top 1 though. Hey, that's all that matters. Gandhavra won. What? That's it's a Tower God video. There's tons of action arcs that can take place. It will be fine if the war with Jahab becomes something similar to a Cold War, not a proper war. Weak Heroes too. Weak Heroes raw. I only read Bam panels. Yeah, that was the craziest thing I ever seen. So the regulars can give a party. I don't know. All right, keep moving. Oh, this is Nova. Oh yeah, we were speaking on Twitter. We had a good conversation. I just have something I forgot to put in the thread, so I'll put it in here. I put it here. I think the events happening related to Bam isn't an actual issue as long as the events are entirely centralized on Bam's own desires and his goals. I find the war effective right now since SIU has taken the time to explain a lot of the characters' philosophical ideals and use that to show why they are involved. Kind of like how Rand felt pretty separate from Bam in the Name Hunt Station. Okay. I get that. He was doing his own thing. That's what I personally would want, and I think that's why I like the Wall arc so much, since Bam's like the 4th most important character in those arcs specifically. If you're saying that Bam is the 4th most important character right now, I don't agree with that. I want Wagner or the Princess arc after this. Beyond that, it was completely separate from Bam. I like that too. The Princess War arc thing, right? Do we know where that originated from? Because I don't recall any really officials. I feel like he might have said that once in a blog post in passing, the same way he said he would like to do a Yuri arc.
It's a fucking headcanon.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Just like how the Black March scales with the user. It's a headcanon. Now, because I am someone with a brain and I know how to fucking argue, I'll do them a favor. You can say that starting with freaking blonde and fucking magenta Rin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their goals and what the fuck they were saying to both Hats and Uberchan in the name hunt station helps fuel that Princess War arc on top of the bet that Machete and Yuri have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like, with those two opposing forces,
Some confirmation
that
bias in
would
there.
cause
Mm-hmm.
a war, right? So that's how if you had a brain and you read the story, that's how you would argue it. But them niggas who have been constantly saying Princess War for like the past 4 years now, it's a headcanon.
Bro, I don't even need a Princess War, man. Just show me what the fuck Yuri doing. God damn. Where's she at? I ain't seen her in years. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's a headcanon based off the whole conflict between Yuri, Machete, Maria, and Dorsey, and the Lobo Bia twins. Okay, that's fair. I know this Sapphire Pyro. I like that name. I always like that name. Um, you know what's cool too? There's some commenters on this video that I hadn't seen in a while. So welcome back. I don't disagree about Bam getting too much spotlight, but I've seen worse in other series. I forgive TOG and not losing hope. It'll get better. I mean, it being a TOG problem, I mean, it being a problem in other series doesn't change the fact that it's a problem in this series. But I hear you. Point taken. Personally, for me, he's not holding back Tower of God. There are greater forces at play inside and outside this drone. My guy. Inside and outside the tower, considering the Tails user story, and Bam is the main driving force for us to get to those forces. But I do want to catch up with some of the other characters. I think SIU is saving Yuri for the princess arc, so I'm not worried about that. Personally, I don't care for Sweet and Sour. Neither do I, but it'll just be nice to see them. But we do have to catch up with them at some point. I want to see Rand probably the most, just because it's Rand. Fair enough. It has been a roller coaster since Jihad's orders. Where we are in season 3 with the war feels like a natural progression for me. It would be weird if after the orders we went back to catch up with other people. I mean, that would be bolstering your forces, though. Like, Rand would
Yeah,
be an
that wouldn't be
incredible. Yeah,
weird.
like I don't know if I don't agree with that
Like
part.
for for example, just because when Full Metal Alchemist had their fucking Promised Day arc before the actual final war, we spent most of the entire series building up to that day.
Hmm.
And then when the climax reached, there was a gap in time where they went around gathering their forces. And within the series, this was probably like 3 months' time total. And they literally went around all of Amestris, gathering Ishvalans and other Amestrians and stuff to boost their forces for that day.
Hmm.
So it would not be unnatural for them to set up the war and then go back to whatever floor they're on and talk to such and such or whoever the fuck and be like, yo, this is about to pop off. Let's get ready. I don't agree with that.
Neither do I. So that part. Sorry, with other people, I'll wait until the arc or two after the war to see what happens. If it's still only Bam, then it would bother me because I feel like there are many ways for SIU to go back to the other regulars after the war. TOD is a long-running series for me, so there's still time to come back full circle with everyone else. Patient man, I respect it.
I generally disagree with the whole comment
Go ahead.
because we until TOG finishes and we get another fucking series, right? The Tails user universe does not exist.
Yeah.
It can't be a universe with one story in it. So no, that's not driving anything because Tower of God is not done. And the reason why I'm saying that is because look at the freaking poor state that SIU is in. Tower of God does not feel nowhere near done, and he's already fallen apart. In my mind, there's never going to be no Tails user story because that boy gonna break into Legos by the time he finishes TOG.
Legos.
I actually do think it's a little overambitious. I think I seen a tweet about it, and I think I quote tweeted the tweet, but they were like, "Listen, Before you even think about any other TUS shit, you need to defend Tower of God because you are not you are 1 HP right now type B. I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like,
Yeah, like
I hear the points taken. I understand it. I do want it to be a thing, but right now, Tower of God needs to like end. Go ahead.
exactly. It's the it's the basic sports trope, right? Don't look ahead to the finals. Look at the nigga that's standing in front of you right now.
Hmm.
Because if you underestimate them, if you don't take them seriously, if you don't put your
Don't be the
priority
Clippers.
Yes, sir.
right in front of you, then you're gonna get caught with your ass out.
Yeah.
And as far as I see it, from my vantage point, SIU is not a Kanoko Nasu. He is not a Ryukishi. Those are two niggas that have their own universes with numerous entries in them. So nah, he's not built for that. But let's continue, man.
Unreal King. This problem came along with season 3 for me. I think he was fine with it in season 2. It wasn't strictly Bam focused, but now he pushed all his side characters to the back. Main reason the series ain't interesting as it was. Ain't as interesting as it was. I would even blame Bam for some of the other stuff that SIU doesn't even answer. Example. How does Bam's copying skill actually work? At times we see him copy stuff he doesn't even try to copy. Does his body do it automatically? I think simple things like this can be answered easily instead of assuming that's how it works. I disagree with the part about Kurigam. TOG is basically run by Naver. If SIU is going to do something, I remember this part. If they're going to do something about that's going to lower its popularity, they're not going to allow it. Kurigam has more freedom with their story because its popularity is low and Naver clearly doesn't care about it. An example, SIU want to make every floor they go up more dangerous. Naver didn't allow it because it would lower its popularity and ratings because Koreans don't like Saint and stuff. So, what did I say? Here, I'm just gonna record. I said if that's true, if that's true, and that's plausible because I know sometimes editors and higher ups interfere, but in that itself was a huge issue and a somewhat separate problem. Yeah, so I was saying like if that's like I can't prove that it's happening. I don't know how close in tandem he is with Naver, where it's like I'm gonna do this, and they're like, no, the fuck you not. Remove that panel type B. I don't know. I can't give him that. I can't say that because I can't really prove it. But what did I say about Kurigama in the video? I was talking about how she handles the cast and everything. Well, no, because platforms do that. So like, if that's true, I see what you're saying, but that's a separate issue from what I'm talking about. And that's something else now. That your editors and higher ups are interfering with your creative vision. That's not the same thing as him just kind of like messing up, where he's not allowed. That's different. T-Troopy says, I really hope you get a Yuri-centric arc after the Ness arc. It would feel so refreshing to have an arc that's not centered around Bam. I doubt that will happen because of all the pressure the fans put on SIU though. I guess a man can always hope.
I am on my knees. Best Jihad Princess, feed me. I'm starving. Feed me.
TOG feels like it's lost its essence to me. I feel that Phoenix a little bit. I really do. I do think that I think what has kept me kind of neutral, and I am excited now because like it's Burgess back and people. I'm kind of just like I'm fighting not to fight the Raws, fight the Raws, fighting not to read the Raws. Sorry. But what I will say is that the war has been like it's been trending upwards for me, and obviously my favorite character is back, and I hope he continues to be relevant. So I have things to latch onto and like and move forward with, but I do feel like the ambience of Tower of God since the 3rd season has had a different feel, and it's not a feel that I don't think I love. I want to kind of go back to that kind of season 2 feeling that I got. Erect Mazino, when I read the title, I was like, no, he isn't right away, but after hearing your argument, I actually agree. Hey, yeah. But I'm not worried because I think SIU will go back to that. Plus, you only started to focus on the main character a lot at the hidden floor. You can't tell me otherwise. Sword Art arc, when it starts to kind of happen, I would say that's fair. Because I feel like the Floor of Death, Iraq was doing this thing and whatnot. Investigator. Oh yeah, V2 version 2. I always forgot V2. Welcome back, by the way. It's been a while since I've seen you around here.
V2.
Hey, you got new and improved. You know. One other problem with the series is so many side characters such as Elaine, Love, no offense, Dang Dang have way more depth than most of the main characters in the series. Why would that be a
No, he does not.
okay? Yeah, like
That was such a lie.
wait.
That was such no. Look, I'm not even a huge Tower of God fan like that, but that was such a lie. Nobody gives a fuck about Dang Dang's little sobby ass.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I actually could agree with Elaine. And I'm not going to argue against Mule Love. Whether or not I'm sure or not, I give a fuck. Mule Love out. But Dang Dang, no one gives a flying fuck about. And is he deep?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he's deep in the ground.
6 feet deep. Oh, that's funny. Is that lessons lost? Or is it that I've been in, or is that it's been covered? So what you're saying is that the theme for season 3 is different, Milios, and we should accept that. That's a good point. I couldn't agree with that. Maybe we're moving on. Yeah, right, Mikey. Dang. Like nobody can. If anybody watching this or anybody who sees this later without putting it on YouTube cares about Dang and think he's deep, we need to have a one-on-one story. we gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about that. There's no way. Okay, your point is well taken. Don't get it twisted, but I don't agree with Dang. I want to see my girl Rachel, man. Freckled gang. Oh, Freckled gang back in here. And I think I commented when Rachel is reintroduced to the story, it'll be a major deal. So yeah. Nah, bro, I completely agree with you. The story would have been way better if we spent chapters on the characters. An example seems to be One Piece, legendary for world building. Yeah, and in the arc where we could have left Luffy and focus on the world Reverie, we instead skip it and go back to the main character. We could have gotten the Reverie and still wondered what happened after. It got so bad that people were even coming up with reasons as to why Luffy would be in the Reverie just so he can be there when it doesn't need to be. Yeah. And Luffy was like there in spirit a lot. Like again, if you really have to do that, you could kind of do what Oda did with Reverie, where it's like maybe something's happening and Yuri has a flashback or something to when she first met Baam or some conversation we never saw, or you know what I'm saying? Like he can still be there in spirit, even if he's not necessarily there. To some degree, though, that will only bother me because I want characters to care about other shit, not just fucking Baam all the time. You feel me? I did tell you that I like when Teal uses focus on Baam. Scope said well said. Again, catching up to Kubera too. I know you out there. It's my man, Catan. What you say, man? Am I almost done? There's Milios, my guy. He's right there. I saw the title before I watched the video, and I agree with you because there are tons of characters that can one-shot Baam, which you don't see. Damn, I love him, but there are other people, you know. I'm sorry, we all the short ones, Baam, but you haven't seen my new power up yet. Nah, good. I don't want to see it. Keep that. It will be a point of view switch, 100%. Oh, we have a great prognosticator in the chat. That's in the chat, in the comments. Such big stories can't be told by one perspective. I think now is the perfect chance because the 3MC went by their own separate paths. Wagner, Rachel, and Baam. Ooh, a Rachel one would actually be interesting. I could get behind that. I'd like to see that. Are not climbing relatively together anymore, although Wagner and Jihad will be telling us Jihad and 100 great family stories. Oh, I'm tired. I lose my energy. And Rachel, my man is low. I feel like white. Need some souls. With Rachel, we'll get some more info of the tower, outside the world, workshop, and through Baam, we'll see the main stuff, F.U.G, 7 floor, yada yada. This is really well put. The story is way too big and has way too many moving pieces just to be focused on Baam. I miss my Pokemon Master. I thought I said, I'm like, East of West reveals? Ooh! I got excited for a second. Okay, we got Milios, I think Milios comment. And this one, and we're good to go. Go ahead, Pat. Sorry.
I can already see it now. Rachel gonna come back. She gonna be on her Kardashian shit, cosmetic surgery, actually look decent, get them nasty ass freckles off her face with a Brazilian butt lift. coming through acting totally different.
The BBL surgery, lip injections. What do you mean care of other shit? But bam. I think other protections we can follow on God. Man, I for one agree with you. There's a need for SIU to develop its side characters, which in turn can help in developing the world building and lore. Shifting the focus to Team Speed Tower, no Team Rand, Team Dorsey. You can look at their perspective, learn the political battles, the princesses, a workshop, everything. Got sidetracked since we went to the last station. The Nest arc, in my opinion, also happened too early. It needed to be more build up. We could have interwoven different side arcs to tie up how Macheni and the Lobobia's princesses connected to Maria. We could have learned about Yuri's punishment, which could have been tied up to endorsing the Nax character with the character arcs. Too many possibilities were cited. Many people don't like Naruto, but one of my favorite aspects of it kept focus on two of its main characters. When we saw Sasuke's perspective on the world and his trials and tribulations, it was a breath of fresh air from Naruto's long development. Similarly, for God of High School, when Morihei was absent for the majority of Ragnarok and there was no Morihei, who became much more compelling character, even though fans complained, obviously, but at least the author didn't cave and just shifted the story. One Piece also benefits from shifting the focus from Luffy for several intervals to other Straw Hats crew, even outside of that. SIU has too many cards in his deck, so he just needs to put them up and put them to use. My only real issue with your comment is that I can't speak on I can't speak on the fact that you like that about Naruto. That's fine, and said, but I didn't like Naruto or Sasuke the character. Therefore, I felt like the entire Naruto cast suffered as a result because Kishimoto put so much focal point on them, the Sasuke and Naruto dynamic, because they were the reincarnation of fucking ninja Jesus' sons or whatever the fuck was going on with that shit. But yeah. Otherwise, I like what you have to say. You guys want to chime in on that?
Yeah. Both of you are correct. Kishimoto sidelined the fuck out of his interesting cast that he created for those two lanes. But he's also right. Whenever we switch between the lanes, it was nice to see a different perspective in what was going on.
That's true.
And how it came full circle towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it me?
I mean, I really don't know why people keep using Naruto as an example. Because it's honestly
everybody knows it.
It's a really bad fucking example. Because we quote unquote have two MCs, and we get to see both of their perspectives.
KB, my guy, what's good with you? Sorry,
what? KB?
Is what I'm saying. Nandato, like what's poppin', my guy?
But anyway, we still had how many freaking teams were there?
It's supposed to be 4. So Team 8, Team 7, Team 10, Team Guy.
Exactly, with 3 niggas each, right? And we only have 2 niggas. So it's like, at the end of the day, Naruto is a bad example.
On Jaw, we talk about Naruto?
No, we not.
No,
Vincent!
This series will never leave!
Nah, I'm reading the comments for the last Tower of God video. So they brought Naruto a couple times, so that's all. But go ahead, Pat. Finish what you're saying.
No, I mean, Simi's talking.
Oh, Simi, sorry. Wow.
That's racist. Anyways. Yeah, the point is we could focus on the different protagonists. Also, I really don't feel that Rachel was... Well, I never took it as Rachel was the third protagonist. Right?
I didn't either, but her perspective would be... But I think her perspective would be interesting.
Absolutely. It 101% would. Right? The way I interpreted it was that we are still missing a protagonist. We're supposed to get one more, because if you look at it how the story's been told, we got, Baam's perspective in season 1. Then we got Wang's perspective. We never got an elongated amount of Rachel's perspective, right? Where she's the focal point, where the story's being told from her point of view. So I never took her as the third protagonist. But the whole point is, we should focus on other characters / protagonists. Yes, I agree. Just please, for the love of God, stop using Naruto as an example. It's bad.
It's like
That's what everyone knows.
when we think about rivals. What do people immediately default to? Goku Vegeta
Goku,
rivalry.
Vegeta.
It's,
Yeah.
I think Naruto is just one of those things where it's such a simple, easy example that most people in the anime sphere would get because of its popularity. Even if you didn't read it, you might know of Naruto and Sasuke. You know what I mean. So, all right, Milios, and then we're done. I'd say Bam is one cog in the machine that we call the held backers. What else? That kills me, bro. What else? I need to get you in here next time. You need to just hop in. Just hop in next time. I'll give you the role. I think you're my Discord. You hop in. I need to get you on. Maybe tomorrow if you're not busy. I'm doing the job thing. Anyways, but I'll say the focal point is on Bam, Yama, and Caliban. There's truth to that. It's fair because Yama has beef with Yasracha. What's going on, and Caliban is trying to get his position back. In the core, with everyone else being ancillary to the individual plots, the issue with that is it presents the feeling of too many threads being sewn and used, but without any of the same threads tackling some of the important plot lines that were set up. Two of which I mentioned. Just want to take on it, and I agree with what you said. That is enough comments for one day. But KB, I'm good, man. I'm good. Last year was weird, but we bounced back from it. We just spooling, chilling, living life.
Oh, you still streaming?
Yeah. I just told you I was reading comments. But
that don't mean nothing to me.
Okay. But yeah, I thought that the comments were really good and varied all over the place. I honestly thought I was gonna get a lot more negative backlash just in general. I didn't think a lot of people were gonna take that well sometimes. I find sometimes when I'm critical of specifically Bam, some out the woodwork, some of these Bam stands just come like, this is SIU's story. You must allow him to tell it. We cannot. What? Remember those really weird ones you used to get that had nothing to do with anything? Like, what does that have to do with stuff? Like, why?
Bro. Oh my god, that shit was so bad back then. They just be saying anything just to avoid the conversation at hand. Let him write his story. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Answer the question or leave. Why are you even here? I swear they don't even watch the video. They just fucking go in there and start typing some nonsense.
Yeah. I saw Tuta came back from break. I mean, yeah, I haven't read the new chapter yet, KB, but I'm a little excited just because my delusion tells me that Mule Love will be important. He may not be the focal point, but he'll be doing shit, and that's all I need to see. So if I get that, I'll be okay. Save me just to say SIU bring back Bam. The trend for TOG grams is low key to hate TOG. End of the day, I still stand by my point. I thought a lot of good points were made. I really like what Pat had to say about people's goals and ideals and alignments and care only being Bam. I really like the point about the power scaling, kind of taking a huge jump from like your Raflejos and your powerful regulars like Lobo B. Lane to straight up Young Jihad and then fucking Caliban, right? So that's a really big jump. Again, I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt that maybe he knew that and said, I created the blue holes as a counter to that. That I have an unknown tier of power to constantly draw from if I need to throw out some random enemy that's gonna be detrimental to the cast and whatnot. But yeah, I put TOG on a break for like a year, bro. I don't even know what's going on. No. You ain't missing much, so I'm not gonna hold you. Brie Cuberto. That being said, does anyone have any final comments? We can wrap this up. Just do.
Yeah, Rachel gonna come through with a Brazilian butt lift.
BBL.
See, Bam ugly, and I hope y'all have fun.
All right. Thank you guys for coming through.